like now to invite Minister Adrian Dix, Satbir Cheema, and Mr. Manish, Consul General of India, to join Major McCallum for the official unveiling of the sign.
So proud of you. So proud of you. We'll get a little bit of it. We'll catch a piece of it. Okay, here we go.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're here. We did it. We did it. We've been working for a while on this, and it's a really exciting day to be the first phase of this development. And I'll really look forward to when we start to break ground very soon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be here today as the city unveils the Guru Nanak Village Way sign. This street will provide access to the Guru Nanak Diversity Village, a long-term care facility being built by the Progressive Intercultural Community Services. With more than 100,000 Sikhs living in the city of Surrey, naming the street after the Guru Nanak, it will not only reflect our city's multicultural mosaic, but also the rich Punjab heritage. It is a celebration of our diverse communities, cultures, and their contribution towards making Surrey a truly inclusive city. I can think of no better way to express the city's commitment to inclusion than to name this street in honor of the Guru Nanak, whose teachings champion the oneness of humanity and united people across religious divisions. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of Surrey Council, but especially on behalf of all of our citizens in Surrey. Surrey is a very progressive, dynamic city right now. We're growing at a rate of about 1,500 new people every single month. We're building major infrastructure projects. For instance, SkyTrain has actually started construction already on Fraser Highway. It's a $4 billion project, and it's going to be up and operating by 2028. 2 years earlier, $500,000 or $500 million cheaper than it originally was meant to be. We also are well into and just about halfway in our transition of our new Surrey Police Service, and I'm pleased to see 3 of our Surrey police officers here in the crowd with us today. We also are doing over 21 different projects, infrastructure projects, all are very exciting. But I don't think there is anyone that can shape up to what we are here for when we are building facilities in Surrey by a number of people for our older people, for our seniors. And I just want to say on a personal basis, and working with all the people involved with PICS, and I had a tour a number of times of their offices and the work that they do and the dedication that they are, to have them here today to build this wonderful facility right over to my right, your left, is just truly amazing. I can't say enough words of how much in our community they already have a very large senior complex that they're working with, and they do a huge amount of social work throughout our great city of Surrey. So it's a real honor to be here with them today to really officially start the construction. I know it's going to be in the ground very soon, but the first part of it is to rename the street that everybody's going to have to travel to get into the facility. So it's an honor. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. It's a real pleasure to see so many people. And this is a good example of how, if we work together through different public organizations, different nonprofit organizations, we work with our community and all our different cultures in our city. If we work together, We can achieve this. We got it done this time. We will continue to get it done in things that we want to see in Surrey in the future. So thank you, everyone, for being here today.
My name is Satbir, Cheema, and I'm definitely not running for the mayor. On behalf of PIC Society, I want to thank you all for joining us today at such a short notice for this very special and historic ceremony, the unveiling of the commemorative name for 175A Street as Guru Nanak Village Way in English and Guru Nanak Path in Punjabi. Let me provide the background and context for coming up with this name. For the past many years, PIC Society had been advocating and lobbying the provincial government for the need to build a long-term care facility that would provide culturally sensitive care to our seniors. In September 2020, Minister of Health Adrian Dix approved funding for our proposal to build 125-bed long-term care facility in Surrey. Immediately after the government's announcement, the PICS board passed a special resolution to name the facility as Guru Nanak Diversity Village. The underlying reason was to dedicate the facility to Guru Nanak Dev Ji in recognition of his 550th birth anniversary year, to celebrate his ideals of equality of all human beings, irrespective of birth, gender, caste, or color, and his universal message that there is one God and one human race. Our next mission was to have 175A Street named after Guru Nanak Dev Ji. In December 2020, during a fundraising dinner for the GNDV project, we asked Mayor McCallum if we could have 175A Street renamed after Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And he said, quote unquote, consider it done. Okay? And then he repeated it on a visit to PIC's office and said, yeah, I know I made a promise and I'll keep it. Then again at a radiothon, he said it on air that yes, I know that the street will be renamed and I've instructed the city staff to start the paperwork. And sure enough, last month, when the City Council approved and issued the DP for the project, they also approved the new name. It was a dream come true for not only the PICS family, but also the whole community. That's the spirit. I will take a minute to thank everyone who has helped us reach this historic moment. Board members and staff of PICS Society, Mayor McCallum and City Councillors, Fraser Health, BC Housing, and City Planning staff, all the donors and friends of PICS, and of course, the local media. I'm going to use this opportunity today to thank someone very special, a very dear friend and well-wisher of PICS Society, the Provincial Minister of Health, Honorable Adrian Dix, who actively supported and ensured that the much-needed 125-bed long-term care facility for our community received the government's approval and funding.
Honorable Mayor, City Councillors, Member of Parliament, Member of Legislative Assembly of British Columbia, PICS family members, friends from media, I'm truly honored and privileged to be part of this celebration today when Guru Nanak Dev Ji will be, in his name, this street will be named after him, just in front of PICS Diversity Village, which is coming to with a 125-bedded facility for the senior citizens of British Columbia. And this is a very truly remarkable moment because this would be the first senior citizens home for South Asians. And I would like to thank especially the provincial government as well as city government for taking this initiative. And PICS has always been in the forefront of community welfare. They are truly following the principle of contributing back to the society. And what a wonderful moment for this. As you all know, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is the first Sikh Guru of Sikhism. And as Mr. Cheema just mentioned, few years ago we celebrated 550th anniversary of his birth anniversary, and a lot of events were organized, and we partnered with PICS also to organize some of the events and other gurudwaras here. So I would like to say that this facility will go in a long way in providing care to the senior citizens of South Asian origin. And I really commend the efforts of the provincial government as well as city government to take time to organize this event today and name this street after the great guru of all of us. And I once again thank you everybody for taking time to be part of this celebration.
We had some clearance there. We're honored to be here, all of us, on the territory of the Coast Salish people, and we honor their lands today as we have a pretty exciting day. You know, it doesn't look like it yet, but this is, I think, in terms of the work that I've done as Minister of Health, of my colleagues who are here, Rachna and Bruce and Jagrup and Mike, and all my colleagues in Surrey, our federal colleagues, Suk and John, of course, Ginny, all have been advocates for this project. We've seen each other at events where we fundraised. And in the fall of 2020, after about 12 years of trying to convince the provincial government to proceed, we decided to proceed together. And I think this announcement today and decision by the City of Surrey, and I want to say to Mayor and Council and everyone involved in the City of Surrey how much we appreciate the extraordinary support of the city for the major healthcare infrastructures that's coming in this community, particularly in Mike Starchuk's riding. I don't know how that works out. But in this community, because we have had more cooperation as we've delivered and are delivering some of the most important healthcare projects in the history of the city from the City of Surrey than in most places in BC in similar efforts. And we appreciate that very deeply, because it takes all of us to make things happen. But I want to acknowledge a few things. Satbir said some very kind things, and I'm so appreciative of the words of PICS. What we're trying to do here, and I think what the community is trying to do, is really in the tradition of Seva. It's deeply ingrained in the Sikh community, in the Sikh and South Asian community. I think in all communities, but particularly so here. A tradition of service to the community. And PICS was founded, as all of us know, by a great man in BC, someone who I think should be, as we think about our province, one of those names that we think about who symbolizes what's best about us, and that is Sharan Gill. And he advocated with me back long ago when I was leader of the NDP, and then since then for this project, because he understood what I think the City of Surrey understands and the elected people understand and the community understands, that Surrey is our youngest and fastest growing community, is a source of economic dynamism and culture. But it's going to also become more like every other community. It's going to reflect it in terms of age, and it's going to reflect it in terms of age soon. And so having a place for people who, because of their personal condition, don't have another place to be cared for 24/7, to have places that are culturally appropriate for them to go, to connect assisted living at PICS with long-term care at PICS, and to provide public services in this way was really important. It was his vision that Satbir has taken up, and a whole PICS organization, and people like Paul DeSange, who I see here, hey, people have picked up and have made real. And so here, on a street named after Guru Nanak, here in the City of Surrey, we are going to be taking care of people and providing outstanding care, care that's sensitive to who they are as people, what they need in terms of food and support. This is a fantastic day for the people of Surrey. I'm very proud to be here. Thank you Mayor McCallum, for inviting me today. And thank you to all of you.
Fire everything down. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Isn't this a wonderful day in Cloverdale, Langley City? It's a real honor to be here with my colleagues, Suk Dhaliwal and Parm Bains. They're members of Parliament from the Lower Mainland. And it is just an amazing day for PICS to see the Diversity Village becoming one more step closer to reality. There's a lot of work has gone into the project, but more needs to be done. And I just want to thank Mayor McCallum and his team for the street naming we're going to be unveiling today, or see unveiled, because that's another step of this project becoming reality. We are an amazing community. We're a diverse community, and the Guru Nanak Diversity Village is going to be another reflection of that. We see every day the great work that PICS does in our community, looking after not only our youth and those who are looking for employment skills and other services, but also our seniors. And the Guru Nanak Diversity Village is going to be another amazing addition to Cloverdale, Langley City, an area that I get to so proudly represent every day in Ottawa. So with that, I'll end my comments, but thank you everybody for the hard work to get us this much closer to the reality of looking after 125 more patients. Thank you, Minister Dix, for your commitment to our Cloverdale area, and Mike, all of your work that has gone into this, because we are seeing huge investments in our community, in our growing community, and it's just wonderful to be part of this.
Thank you for letting me be here. My office is literally right over there. It's a drive and a really good 5-iron right to the podium. And I just wanted to say that, 6 years ago when I was part of local government here, the development proposal came to us as the Agricultural Committee. And when it came in front of us, because it's right next to the agricultural land reserve that's there, they needed to have some approval. And Mayor, while you said we're just going to get her done, it was the same choice for us. This was something that was needed in the community. It was something that was coming to the community, and we opened it with our arms just wide open. 125 spaces. 125 spaces for people that are needing the help in their own setting, so that they see things when they wake up in the day that it looks the same as what it did before. And I think that's really important. And I won't be too long, but Satbir, I am very surprised that there's not a machine here where I can just tap it and make my donation, because every time I get near you, somehow he takes a generous donation out of my charge card, and I'm fully expecting before I get out of the parking lot that I'm going to be tapped for one more of those things that are there. I'm so proud to say that this is in my riding. Thank you to Mayor and Council for making this happen. I look forward to walking across and being by that sign and telling people how proud I am of what's taking place, and how proud I am of PICS as an organization. And as Minister Dick says, Sharang Gill,